And round 5, playing against Gwyned, which is going to be an interesting matchup because I knew his week 1 deck. I rebuilt it for him, so I think his deck is pretty solid actually. It just has a lot of good threats and a lot of reach blockers and a lot of flyers, so it's going to be hard for me to get through. I don't know what he opened for week 2 though, so we chose to be on the draw, and this is a perfectly keepable hand. We definitely want to play this tap land first so that we can play 2-drop, 3-drop. He plays Treasure Hunt, draws Eldrazi Sky Spawner. At least he only cycled. Draw another land. That's not the absolute worst. Prophetic Prism draws another land. That's a little annoying. And he's got... Ooh, he opts to play Netcaster Spider instead of Sky Spawner. Interesting. Sky Spawner is more power, and the Scion can be sacked for mana, potentially. So here I draw Welcome Turn, not the best. But he bashes us for 2. And has a play of Sky Spawner, okay. So I'm going to have to hold back my Pilgrim's Eye to hold back his Sky Spawner. Ooh, he plays a Plains, then attacks. I could... It's tough. I decided to go for the double block here. And like he'd have to have a pump spell or something. It turns out he has Puncturing Light, which is really bad for me because he gets a little 2-for-1. Probably just shouldn't have blocked. And he's got a follow-up play of a Reckless Scholar. Yikes. Okay, Waving Elemental is a great draw. So here I get to play Welcome Turn, draw 2 cards, keep drawing a little bit too much lands, and he's going to be looting away his extra lands. Jeez, Lifeswing Druid, Dawnglare Invoker, wow. Looking at his board right now makes me want to sideboard in Shrivel. If I had main deck Shrivel, the game would just be over if I just cast it right now. He has no cards in hand. I'd probably just easily win the game. But I don't have main deck Shrivel. And I'm just drawing a few too many lands here, and I can only play really like 1 spell per turn. So I have to play this Wavewing. The Wavewing alone stops him from attacking, which is pretty great. The problem is that he actually has 8 mana right now. He has Lifespring Druid and a Scion, and then 7 lands. So I have to kill this Dawnglare Invoker, but I have no way of doing it. The fact that he doesn't tap on my attackers, I guess is good because if I play a creature, he can then tap it. But I figure my guy's going to get tapped anyway after I play a creature, so I might as well attack. And I get in for 5, which is good. So I get to play 2 blockers. And for some reason, he does not tap my team down at end of turn. And he only attacks with the Dawnglare Invoker, which is like perfect because I can sheer drop it. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's a chance that I win, but I'm literally just drawing every land I have. So this is pretty annoying. So now when I play my land, now he makes the play to tap down my team. So I kind of wasted my land. I should have just moved to declare attacks and save the land in hand. But now I can sheer drop and kill it. So he loots away a Snapping Gnarlid and finds a 5/5. That's pretty good, but I do have an 06 that can block it. I draw a Banisher. Yeah, man. I'm thinking I shouldn't have played that land last turn. That way I'd still have 2 lands in hand. So Banisher, I'm definitely going to play it. I'm going to bounce his Looter, just in case if he draws a land next turn. then he won't get a chance to loot it away. He's got his own Banisher. What a crazy top deck. That's really good for him. So, bounces my Wavewing Elemental, replays his looter. So, okay. I just get to replay my Wavewing, and I can't attack into his 5/5 on the ground. 5/5 is just huge. Unnatural aggression. 5/5 fighting my 3/4. Ouch. If I would have known he would have top decked that, I could have just held on to my Waving Elemental and waited till I drew a removal spell. But for that 5/5, but I didn't know he had it, so jeez, I'm just drawing all my lands. And he gets to loot all of his extra lands and play Anticipate, so he's just gonna find a bomb eventually. Land for turn for me. Dawnglare Invoker, that's game. I need to kill it right now. Nope. Where's my Seer's Lantern? Whiplash Trap. Bounce my 2 gangs. Loot a land. This is not fair. Decides to not attack. Okay. Could have easily. Yeah, he can wait. Jeez, all land. I don't think it's possible that I could draw any worse. And looks like I'm getting tapped down and attacked for lethal. Plays a guy. Attack with... I don't know why he doesn't attack with everything. Just attack with everything. Go to 2. And yeah, I drew nothing. Basically drew nothing the whole game. Not going to win that one. Let's see if game 2 is any better. Spoiler alert, it is. This is a really good game. So I choose to be on the draw, and I have a pretty good hand to start the game with. Get to play a turn 2 Aeronaut. He plays turn 2 Snapping Gnarlid. So my play is going to be, the Aeronaut. Now he plays land, hits me for 3. Now I figure this Snapping Gnarlid is going to get through for a lot of damage because this Aeronaut's not big enough and I don't have one of my walls right now. The only problem that I'm going to have is that he has so many must kill, like I cannot let Dawnglare survive. I did side in Shrivel, but that's it. And it looks like, so far he doesn't have a board where Shrivel would do much of anything. So instead of touching the Voiding, I just decide to play my guy, find a mountain, take my medicine. He's got 1/5 reach, so my flyers are not going to be able to get through. But yeah, so I draw a Seer's Lantern. It's a little risky that I can't hold open Deprive here, but it's fine. He's just perfectly curving out lands and crushing me with this Snapping Gnarlid. And he's got 5/4. Okay, I have 5 mana exile your guy, which I pretty much have to play on it. Otherwise, I'd be taking 1,000,000 damage. He finally stopped drawing lands, but has mono gas. He has 5. He has 6 mana available to him. Maybe this is a play I don't need to make, but I figure I think I do have to. I choose to Touch of the Void the Oran Reef Recluse because that thing just, once he gets to 8 mana, it's an Invoker. It's just a 7/7 trample. I can't deal with it. Even if I draw one of my walls, I just can't deal with it. It just is not big enough. So I kill this guy, play Comparative Analysis, draw a wall. Okay, I have nothing. He gets to attack like this. He could attack with his 2/2 as well. Guess not. I would have double blocked it. So scry and upkeep Courier Griffin. I will definitely keep on top. I will play said Courier Griffin, and I might as well just play this bridge and attack for 2 in the air. Or 3 in the air, since he tapped his reach guys to attack. Lets me finally crack in for a little bit of damage. He hits a land drop and gets to hit me for 3 again, so that Snapping Gnarlet is proven itself worthy and done a ton of damage. Scrying on upkeep. I kept a Tar Snare on top, even though I can't cast it right now. I figure once, or I can. I have Holdout Settlement. It's very likely that he just has, like, I don't know, maybe white spells in hand. He does have Lifespring Druid now, but I need to be able to kill Dawnglare Invoker the second it comes into play. I really don't know what he could have in hand, though. Island goes to bottom. Spreading Seas. I sided this one in the hopes of taking him off of his 3rd color of mana, whichever that would be. Looks like it would be white this game, since he's kind of mana screwed. And if I could play Shrivel, I could kill his 2/1, but I have the Deprive for the Eldrazi Devastator, which is nice. I don't have the ability. I kind of... is that wrong? Maybe, not maybe. It's not that relevant because he has these guys back anyway, and I don't have any big attackers, but would have been nice to be able to pick up the Sandstone Bridge. Probably only useful if I hit a Wavewing Elemental, but put another land to bottom. Draw Negate, which I sideboarded in. I saw Unnatural Aggression, Whiplash Trap, Puncturing Light. Another land to bottom. Draw another land, so I play the land. I should probably start holding my lands in case I play, in case I draw a Wavewing Elemental. He's got a Seer's Lantern too, and he finally draws his white mana. Here, it's pretty clear to me that he has Puncturing Light in hand. Because he makes this attack with a 3/3, my normal block would be block with a 2/6. And I think this is one of the big misplays of the game. I think I should block and force him to take that card out of his hand. I should probably block with, yeah, just the 2/6. But I don't, and I go to 6. That's it. I think that's my first big misplay of this game. The other misplay is probably just the Sandstone Bridge not being in my hand right now, and the Plains not being animated to be a wall. So I choose not to scry on upkeep. I draw Fortified Rampart, which is a good draw. I play Spreading Seas on his Plains and draw Waving Elemental. Okay. So again, I kind of make a misplay here. I fail to realize I should just play the Wavewing. So if I take back that 2 mana, I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I could hold this land in hand. But now if I want to play Waving Elemental, I have to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to actually play the land to cast it. And I end up doing that, and I don't like this play either, because it allows him to, I don't know, do something when I have the shields for negate down. And it turns out he has just a big 5/5, which now I have to worry about unnatural aggression just like last game. So I scry Banisher, and I guess I'll keep that because I can send his Lifespring Druid in the air, and that keeps him off of white mana for like 2 more turns. But because I don't have a land in hand, I can't attack with my Waving Elemental. So we're in a really awkward spot. I did this to myself. I put myself in a pretty bad spot. I took all this extra damage that I didn't need to take. I have an 0/6 to block this 5/5 anyway, so if this died, it just doesn't matter. Like I should actively want him to cast Puncturing Light onto my defender. Oh my gosh, and for some reason I don't play this Banisher. He plays Anticipate. Alright, he taps his mana anyway to play this Dawnglare Invoker, so that's okay. I mean, I end of turn, just Tar Snare it and it dies, okay. But I would have liked to have drawn Shrivel to at least get a 2-for-1 there. Land, I actually put on bottom. Draw Battle Herda. Okay, so I have the ground pretty gummed up here. And now I make the play of sending that guy packing. To really no avail, like, it doesn't let me get an attack in or anything. Whiplash Trap, bouncing my two big walls. This is a little annoying because Whiplash Trap would be bad had I just let my land creature die, but now it's actually a removal spell plus this. So it would allow him to attack with... his attacks still aren't that good, but I'm at 6 life, and so I get a little scared. And I just cast this negate. And I don't think I want... Like, that was a really bad play, too, because if he had Unnatural Aggression, it was an opportunity for him to kill my Waving Elemental, which is basically the only way I can win the game. My threats are just so bad in my deck. Land I'm going to put on bottom, and I'm going to draw a land anyway, so that's actually not the worst thing in the world. It does allow me to attack. He only has 5 power, and I have 6 toughness, and if he double blocks, I can just kill one of them. Probably the Netcaster Spider, so I do get some damage in. And I get to play a 3/3. 2/5 flying, now I really can't get in for damage. Even if I hit a land, Sandstone Bridge, which I end up keeping, I do play it and attack with my Wavewing. He actually could block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He could triple block, and I could just kill one creature. There's no combination of things that makes me kill one, so I attack, and it's actually a really bad attack. He could just triple block and make it a 1-for-1. But for some reason, he takes the damage. And I'm like, alright, maybe I'm close. Maybe I have a chance. I have 13 cards left in my deck. And he plays Guard Duty off Lifespring Druid when he has no other white available, because I had this good plan to Spreading Seas his land. So, again, if I just would have had Shrivel in the early game, I would have been really sweet. So he doesn't attack because I do have a 3/4 flying blocker, and he levels his guy up. So now lands are still going on bottom. Draw Sheer Drop. Sheer Drop is good enough to cast here because it again takes him off of white mana. So I will do so. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attackers, so everybody would get blocked, and I'd have 1, 2, 3 guys on the crackback. He gets to eat a lot of my guys though. Yeah, and some of these attackers are really weak, so I don't really have a good alpha strike just yet. So we're in the Scry Wars. Prophetic Prism, we just keep it on top. It's basically not worth scrying to the bottom. We draw a land anyway. So if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we've already scryed like 2 or 3 lands to bottom. So it looks like we still have about 5 lands left, which is not that great. Courier Griffin is worth drawing. But as you can see, none of our creatures are any good. None of them have evasion beyond flying, and his reach guys are just too strong. So it looks like, yeah, we draw Heat Ray. We have to play in such a way that we can, like, he has 4 guys that can block flyers right now, and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 flyers as well. So we need to like play multiple removal spells in one turn. Dawnglare Invoker, okay, like he found his, like I just have to kill that. So I don't want to use my Heat Ray on it if I can avoid it. Complete Disregard, okay. I think I'm going to use my Complete Disregard right away before he untaps. I just have to. Again, I would have loved to have gotten use out of my Shrivel, but it looks like by the time I draw my Shrivel now, it's going to do absolutely nothing. And Scry, finally find the Shrivel. Shrivel would have like easily won the game 1 if I would have drawn it at any point, but it wasn't in the main deck, right? But now this game, it really wouldn't have won the game or done much. He didn't draw a Sky Spawner, he didn't draw his Reckless Scholars. He, the best it would have ever been was killing a Lifespring Druid plus a Dawnglare Invoker. But in that sense, I'd still have a Tar Snare and or Complete Disregard in hand right now. Land on bottom, so we're getting to the point where we have 6 cards left in our deck, 5 cards left in our deck, and he has got 10. So we're going to deck ourselves, so we actually have to attack him pretty soon here. Okay, there's Reckless Scholar. So it looks like the best that this Shrivel is going to get is going to be this turn. So I choose to Heat Ray now, and I kill the Netcaster Spider, just because it can become 4 power and actually kill one of these Courier Griffins. My plan is to, I think I have I have all lands left in deck, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, plus 4. So I have no more spells. Shrivel is my last actual spell. And I'm going to deck, so I have to go off as soon as possible. So I think my best play is to shrivel this turn, and then just attack with all my flyers the next turn. So I kill his Sky Spawner. I think about attacking this turn, but they're just 1/2s. He can block with his 0/4 and his 1/4, and they would deal 0 damage. Looks like it would have been good for me to keep my Felidar Cub in to get rid of this guard duty. If I could have done that, maybe I'd have a better chance. So I have no choice but to just attack with all my flyers. And he's got 3 flyers anyway, so this just can't go well for me. Puncturing Light kills one of the Griffins, which I should have gotten out of his hand in the early game by blocking with my Sandstone Bridge. Unnatural Aggression kills the other one. So even at this point, if I had Felidar Cub or something, my Waving Elemental could still potentially kill him. But he double blocks, kills my flyer. I have no outs left, so I concede. So I think there's a lot to be learned from this game for sure. Game 1, not much to learn from. But this one, tons of opportunities for me to play better, tons of opportunities for me to just sideboard better. I could have sided into a 17 land deck, since his deck wasn't really beating mine down, and I have Shrivel coming in, so I could have protected myself a little bit better. I could have easily taken out maybe some of these walls. I like the 06. Would have stopped the beats from this, but this is a little slow. Since he has a lot of ground guys too. I could have sided in, I don't know, even something simple like Noble Vestige or whatnot. I should have kept in the Felidar Cub. I don't know if I should know he has guard duty, but little things like that are kind of things that make the game break. I mean, I got him down to 6 life, but I missed I guess I got as many I missed one Waving Elemental attack, but then I couldn't attack because I didn't play a land. But if I didn't play it that turn, then I would have had to have waited anyway. So close games, but I think this just goes to show that I think Gwyned has a very good deck. It's not, if you look at the graveyards, it doesn't have as much removal as mine. It doesn't have as much mana fixing as mine, but it has a lot of high toughness creatures and a lot of, as he put it, ways of making it difficult for the opponent to win. But him winning is actually, he said, not the easiest thing for him to do either. But he's got double Dawnglare Invoker. That card just wins the game on its own and must be killed immediately. Beyond that, he's got looters and flyers and huge threats, so he's got a lot of must answer bombs, which I don't have. So I'm really looking forward to next week. I'm hoping to find some Ulamog's Crusher, some Vendetta, some Flame Slash, some even like a couple token makers in green would be really sweet. If I could get like Nest Invader into Kozilek's Predator, Ondu Giant, I'm looking to play green. My green's not quite good enough, but I think it would be fun to see my deck change colors. So hoping Rise of Eldrazi will lift my spirits in that regard. But not bad. Went 4-1 week 2 combined with 4-1 from week 1. Puts me at 8-2 total, which is 26 points, which is first place in the standings right now. So gotta say I'm happy with my results because I really don't think my deck is that good. But I've been playing decent and drawing well. So stay tuned for week 3, where we'll have hopefully a sweet Rise of Eldrazi pack and a deck update, and more matches to come. Thanks for watching.